I think that Puerto Rico was an incredible, unsung success.
President Trump responding to critics and attacking Democrats, tweeting, 3,000 people did not die in the 2 hurricanes that hit Puerto Rico. When I left the island after the storm had hit, they had anywhere from 6 to 18 deaths. Then, a long time later, they started to report really large numbers like 3,000. This was done by the Democrats in order to make me look as bad as possible. But Democrats say the president mismanaged the storm's response. New Jersey Senator Bob Menendez tweeting, "You're right, Mr. President. The hurricane didn't kill 3,000 people. Your botched response did."
What is offensive to many of us is that even though the president dropped the ball, he is now doing a victory dance in the end zone, or should we call it the dead zone?
A government commission report estimates nearly 3,000 people died in Puerto Rico 6 months after Maria's impact. That's up from the initial death toll of 64. Michelin star chef Jose Andres distributed 3 million meals to Puerto Rico after the storm.
If actually it's true that week after week people kept dying because injuries, because lack of food, lack of water, you name it, actually that proves how little support the federal government gave Puerto Rico.
Republicans did not dispute the government's death toll and were unwilling to say that the response, as the president put it, was a success.
I don't think those are the right words when you talk about loss of life.
I don't know. I'll just say what I just said, which is there is no reason to dispute these numbers. And it's a function of this was a devastating storm that hit an isolated island. And that's really no one's fault. That is just what happened.
A report by the Government Accountability Office was critical of the Federal Emergency Management Agency's response. It says it did not understand the severity of the damage because the power grid was destroyed and also should have had more Spanish-speaking people on the ground. Maurice?
Okay, Dick Brennan in the newsroom, thank you.